Even also Vice President of Home Science Association of India, past Vice President of Indian Association of Preschool Education, President of Family Planning Association of India, Pune branch. With this brief introduction, I would like to request Principal Ma'am to felicitate Tarapur Ma'am on the occasion of International Women's Day on behalf of S.N.D.T. Home Science College. Thank you so much. I request Tarapur Madam to address the audience.
Ma'am, there are 84 students who have joined through the Zoom meeting, and the rest is
Oh, that's right.
want to
Since it's a Zoom meeting. Let's start. Dr. Matkari, all my colleagues, old and new, and my dear friends. Thank you very much for inviting me here today on International Women's Day. There was a function somewhere else too, and they were very disappointed that I was not going there. But I said, this is my first priority. I would come here. It's so wonderful to see how things have developed here. It's very, very beautiful, good imagination. And I was just asking her whether Bombay office, university office has also been renovated or not. She said no. So I said, if they see this, I think they will move here. It's very beautiful. A very, very happy International Women's Day. This day has been there for many, many years, celebrated all over the world. And the reason for celebrating it was that women felt so oppressed with all the conditions, and therefore it was there to bring to the notice of public that what women were going through and what needs to be done. Many years have passed, but still not many changes we see. Still women are suffering all over the world. And especially when there are conflicts, women are the worst victims of it. India has been that way very proactive in doing things which would help women. For example, we are one of the very first countries to think about abortion for women, which is very much needed in our country. There are women in advanced countries who are fighting for this particular facility, but things are not moving. Women all over the world, and India too, women are really suffering in the sense health facilities are very few. They get married at very early age, and The effects are there to see, not only on them, but on the newborn babies. How many still are infant mortality rate is very high. Still our children are very stunted in their development. Nutrition, you'd be surprised that even in a city like Pune, there are how many families who go without a meal in the night. They're serving their school. Can we turn it off? Able to hear my voice. There are many girls who cannot go to school because there are no toilets. That is the condition. And when they have periods, what are they to do? And therefore, parents are very reluctant to send them to school. Plus, they have to travel long distances. Safety is also another issue. So the girls are really suffering as far as their education is concerned. But I was so moved with the picture and the report of girls in some backwaters. They themselves row the boat, which is, not very sturdy. And the girls row the boat to cross that backwaters to attend the school. They again have to walk quite a few kilometers to reach the school. And imagine the girls are doing that. So you can imagine how eager they are to study. I mean, I have worked with Poonawalla Foundation for many, 15 years and still connected with it. And when we interviewed the girls, some of them, they all come from very deprived families, economically very poor. But their desire to learn, their desire to acquire higher qualifications is so great. And some of them in the interview would cry. Why were they crying? Because they felt discrimination within the family. Boys always got greater priority. These girls, by their sheer grit, by their determination, wanted to be something, and therefore they were applying for the scholarship. And believe me, though they come from such deprived homes, they are very intelligent. And after finishing the studies, you should see that contribution in the industry. Most of them being engineering students, the contribution is just amazing. The kind of scientific discoveries they have made, unbelievable. So all women need is an opportunity. There should be an equality. There should be, what shall I say, facility for having access and equal opportunities. Women are always, even in families, when it comes to education, boy goes to English medium school, girl goes to Marathi medium school or local language. And she's lucky if she's even sent to a school. So that is the situation in our country. And why I'm talking this to you, that you have a very big role to play. You may think home science, people may also laugh and say, oh, you have joined home science. Right? You must be learning how to cook and how to be a good housewife. And do you learn stitching also? But let me tell you, home science is a very well designed program. Many a times I'm meeting girls who have done home science, and what wonderful work they are doing for the society or in the jobs that they have selected to do. Some of them are doing completely different. They have become entrepreneurs and very successful entrepreneurs. India needs people like you. You have got knowledge of so many things. Today, I'm able to serve on many organizations, higher level bodies, because my background is so vast. I can give in my contribution in various things where knowledge is required. And there are many organizations now I want to leave because I'm getting old and my health is not cooperating with me as much as it used to. Earlier, I could work non-stop from morning till 10 in the night. And even in these NGOs where I work, they would always envy me and say, from where do you get this energy? Energy comes when you work with people. It motivates you. It drives you to do something. And therefore, my appeal to you is don't underestimate yourself. You have got the knowledge which very, very few colleges would give to their students. You have science knowledge, you have social science knowledge, you have got knowledge of home science, which covers so many areas. So my appeal to you is try to find some time. Country has invested in your education and we must give something back to the society. It is our responsibility. It is our duty that we do something for the society. Today, I find many people joining NGOs just for name's sake. And they like to say, I'm working for this one, that one, but what is the contribution? Very little. Don't be that type of social work. Recently, I met a girl who is one of our very past students. And what amazing work she has done. She has worked as consultants for so many international organizations, for state governments, and her contribution is so good, which I doubt any of the others would be able to do. People join social work. They get the knowledge of how to work with the community. But where is the content? Content is also very important. So social work colleges in the past, at least I don't know now, would always give preference to home science girls because they are able to really meet the needs of the society, really able to meet the needs of the community. So after doing home science, choose any other area. You may specialize in your own discipline. There is a lot of scope. Nutrition is such an important aspect of our population as far as requirement is concerned. And any other areas, child development, at so many meetings. I have served on several national bodies. And I would always recommend, if it was anything to do with children, I would say appoint child development girls because they have got real good grounding in child development. But the sad part is child development programs are not being promoted. In fact, whatever was there is also reduced. So there is complete mismatch. Requirements are there. Our child population is, we are the youngest, what shall I say, nation. And our young youth population, children below 18, is very high compared to any other countries. We are a young country. People in Europe, many Western countries, it's an old population. They have no young people to work. So our India has great scope for going and meeting that manpower requirements. But you can work anywhere. Don't underestimate yourself. In the beginning, you may not be able to give much time, but start doing something at least once a week or so. That girl told me that I worked in NSS and therefore I got introduced to seeing life close to in rural population, in poor population. And therefore she said, I chose to work in this field and doing a real great job. I do not wish to take more of your time, but I really hope that all of you will do something for the society, be it education, be it helping the children to grow. Now, to talk about, I work, as she mentioned, work in para-mobile creches where we look after migrant children's workers' children because they have left their homes to come and work at construction site. And you know the condition of construction sites, there are heaps of sand, metal, stones, and those are the play materials the children have. So this Tara Mobile Creches takes care of the children right from birth. No creche takes care of children from birth, but we do take care. And when they grow old, we see that they get education, they are enrolled in primary schools. The parents are mostly uneducated. So these children become first generation learners. We also have a program of donors giving money. So those girls who are bright, are motivated to study, we admit them to hostels and then see that they are able to continue with their higher education. So scope is tremendous. Girls want opportunities. If you ask even a little girl from village, two things she normally says: I want to become a teacher or I want to become a doctor, because that is their dream. And many have become, I'm amazed to see girls with such a poor background have passed the medical examinations. So they have ability, but they don't have opportunities. Let us work hard so they also can live a life, the life which we are leading. There is another thing that I want to bring to your notice, that when women are suffering, we women don't stand up to protect them, to give them support. And many a times it is said, women are the worst enemies of women. Do you agree? काय करायचं आहे त्यांचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे करू द्या, and add 2 more mirchi masala to it and make it a more miserable story for that poor women. Let's get out of that mode and give support. Women do not get support when they are having, what shall I say, domestic violence is taking place. Don't think the domestic violence takes place only in slums. Domestic violence is there even in very well-to-do families. The only difference is woman living in slum has learned to scream and shout, so everybody knows that she is getting beaten up. But a woman living in a flat bears it all very quietly because abru ka sawal hai, izzat ka sawal hai. So she bears it quietly. But if you start supporting them, they gradually come out. They need somebody to spill out their miseries to somebody. And there are now organizations who are giving support. And we have to empower them. We have to give them some skill, because they have to live their living. No, who's going to support them? The reason today our Indian women are not able to leave their homes is because there is no place to go. They can't live on a footpath. And unfortunately, men, when they see a woman who is suffering alone, they try to take advantage of that woman. So therefore, there are many organizations who are there, help them to develop some skills so that they can learn, they can live with dignity. Well, enjoy the Women's International Day and do something for the society. and you have a very, very nice, happy life. That's all my wishes. And try to do something for yourself. Take up, you can improve your qualifications, or even with present qualifications, you will be able to get something to do for yourself, your family, and for the society. So wish you all the very, very best. And thank you very much, madam, for inviting me on this day. She wanted to send something at home. I said, no, I want to talk to the girls. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to be with my young friends. All the very best to you and all happiness. Thank you.
We are really grateful, Tarapur madam, for motivating young minds. मला एक आठवण सांगायची वाटते की तारापूर मॅडम मेहंदी ह्युमन डेव्हलपमेंटच्या मुलींना टीचिंग करायच्या आणि आम्ही FY मध्ये असताना रूम नंबर 1 आणि 2 मध्ये असायचो आणि मॅडमनी मगाशी सांगितलं तसा दंगा व्हायचा. मॅडम आवर्जून आमच्या क्लासमध्ये यायच्या आणि 10-15 मिनिटं तरी आता जे मॅडम बोलले आम्हाला काय मोटिवेट करायच्या आणि त्यांच्यामुळे आम्हाला प्रेरणा मिळाली की आपण पुढे शिक्षण कंप्लीट केलं पाहिजे, करिअरवर लक्ष दिलं पाहिजे. तर आम्ही खरंच खूप ग्रेटफुल आहोत की तुमच्यासारखे टीचर्स आम्हाला मिळाले आणि तुम्ही आलात आणि आपल्या नवीन यंग जनरेशनला पण मोटिवेट केलं. खरंच थँक्यू. आपल्या प्रिन्सिपल मॅडम डॉक्टर मुक्तजा विकास मटकरी मॅडम यांना विनंती करते.
Respected Tarapur ma'am and all my colleagues, my dear friends, I wish you all a very happy Women's Day. United Nations have declared the theme. It is gender equality today for sustainable tomorrow. We have to sustain. Tomorrow has to sustain, and that's why we have to have gender equality. Now, we wanted a person who can motivate us, who can throw light upon the social issues, who can touch upon and who is actually working in the field, the social field, who is handling various issues. And there was no other name that came across our minds other than Tarapur ma'am. And that's why I contacted Tarapur ma'am. I requested her. I didn't know whether she was in good health or maybe she had some problems. So I spoke to her and we were ready that I said that we can have 1 or 2 girls representatives and we'll visit you and we want to felicitate you because every person needs recognition. Somebody who's working all these years, somebody who was a principal, but beyond principal, you are somebody. Position. It's not a great position. People may think that yes, being a principal of a college is something great. No, once you retire and once you are in the streets, nobody knows who you are. Nobody recognizes you. If you have contributed to the society, if you have made a difference, then yes, people will recognize you. And Dr. Tarapur is one of such people. And that's why we have the right person on the right day to be felicitated. I thank you. We are honored, ma'am. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And on behalf of all my colleagues, everybody was happy. Even the non-teaching, Gandhe, Anand, everybody was happy. Oh, Tarapur ma'am and Alka. So this is the sort of happiness that this person spreads in an institution. And this is what we need. Somebody who is actually there, and that's why I didn't want to felicitate a principal, only a principal, but one who is beyond that, one who is beyond all these positions, and one who's rooted in social work at the age of maybe beyond 80. Yeah, she's crossed 80, I suppose. 85 crossed. So sweet. And still, this eagerness to see the girls, talk to them. She said, I wanted to talk to the girls. So I'm very happy today. It's a great occasion actually in my tenure as a principal of this college that I met her. That was the first meeting, 29th October. I still remember 29th October 2018 when she was invited here in this college and she hugged me and she motivated me on that very first day. I didn't know her, but I have heard about her name that there's some Tarapur ma'am and she's very good. Home Science College was very famous when we were students. I'm not a student of home science, I'm a student of English literature. I was in Ferguson, I was in Wadia, I was in Pune University. But still, I had that great respect for this woman because she was not only a principal, she was related to these various programs, family planning program, the Tara Craze program. I knew about her, and that's why the respect. Because there are many principals, but there's only one Tara Purna. So, I think round of applause. So I'm very happy, as I said, and everybody, this happiness spreads in the college. And as I was talking about the first meeting, she said, I'm sure now that the college is in the right hands. And she endorses what I said. Okay, ma'am? Yes, you said this. She said this.
Two, not one.
And this gave me confidence that yes, because we want to have this feeling that I'm needed for something, I'm needed for somebody, I'm needed for this institution, and this it becomes my responsibility. And I took this responsibility in a very studied and very planned manner. And we try to complete various things in the college. Actually, looking forward to the coming NAC. We completed various programs. We had infrastructure changes and all these things, and various student-centric activities and all. We did it. So it is all the blessing of God and Tarapur ma'am. It is her legacy that I carry on, and I pray to God that God gives us the strength to continue working very hard and contribute certainly to the society, going beyond principalship. Now let us talk about the theme of today's, this year's Women's Day. The theme, as I told you, gender equality. Now, gender equality, are we equal to men? If we ask this question, we are not equal to men. We are different bodies. We are biologically different. And socially, we are constructed in such a way that we are made different. No, you don't know this. You don't understand this. No, you won't be able to do this. You keep quiet. We are silenced. We are muted. We are not allowed to participate in intellectual discussions because we don't understand. Kitchen is a field. Home is a field. And the outside world is the, and we can't do it. We should be scared of that world. You know? We can't enter that world. It's a man's world. And so man rules because we accept this convenience. We accept that, no, it's a bit difficult. Why go there? Let it be home. And we condition ourselves to be the weaker sections of the society, to be the muted sections of the society, to be silenced. We don't learn to voice. And that's why many authors have said this, we have to unlearn certain things. And this process of unlearning is very, very difficult. Once you have learned to be like this, to be different from that being is very difficult. But this is the time when you are educated, you are in the process of education, you have to train yourself to think in a different manner. You have to train yourself to think that I need to think. My thinking should not be dictated by others. My thinking should not be what others think. Or what I think about myself should not be what others, maybe Manisha madam thinks about me or Dr. Talapur thinks about me. What I think about me should be important. What I like, and if I understand what I like, that is important. What I want to work, the way I want to work, if I like it, if I understand that, yes, this is the way I do it, this is the way I want to do it, then yes, that is important. We may commit mistakes, we may commit errors, but it is our decision. So, learning to think on your own, learning to be your own person, being is important. When you exist, otherwise, you become a non existential being. You don't exist for the society. Let us forget about the society. You don't even exist for your family. When guests come and the daughter comes, Tuadza, that is the sentence, Tuadza. Maybe your parents are discussing something, you say something, you don't understand. Go inside. You study. You do this. So you are dictated. You don't exist as an individual. And there comes the point of this gender equality, where you want to exist. You want to exist equally as man exists, as your brother exists in the family, or as your father or uncle or the grandfather exists in the family. You want to exist. This process of being yourself and exercising your existence is very important. And you want to assert yourself. You want to assert your existence. You want to make understand. You have to make understand people that you exist, you have your own opinions, and not only you have your opinions, but you voice them. You talk about them. You discuss, and beyond all, you have brains. You have to exercise this. You have brains, because it is a myth that women don't have brains. They should be only beautiful. They should not have brains. So I'm not going to talk in detail about all these things, because the main speaker is here and she has dealt with various issues. What is our social responsibility? What we can do? But if we begin with being our own selves, if we begin to unlearn certain bad habits, if we do away with the convenient things and take up the challenges, think about the difficult things, that yes, I can do it and I will do it. Why can't I do it? So you ask questions to yourself and you understand that yes, you can touch the skies. The sky is the limit for you. If you become your own person, you can do anything in the world. So this can do has to be supported by certain legal agencies, certain political agencies, the governance agencies. And that's why various governments try to have or try to eradicate this sexual discrimination and bring in gender equality. How does it come? Maybe reservation for 50% women in certain things, or maybe insertion of women in armed forces. A woman becoming a pilot, a woman becoming a military officer. So these sort of policies are necessary. And so it becomes our responsibility to understand whom do we vote for. Do we vote for a person who doesn't care about women? So there was I heard some program, I don't remember, 2 or 3 days before. And yes, not 2 or 3 days before. Metro was inaugurated yesterday. Sunday. Not a single word, not a single sentence regarding women. Throughout the program, I was eagerly waiting. I was waiting. Not a single sentence, ma'am. No concern. See, government policies and everything is there on paper. It is there. But unfortunately, I wanted to hear that one sentence comes regarding women. But it didn't come. So this is how the society works. This is a male-dominated society, and that's why United Nations has a severe understanding or a very serious understanding of this issue, that we need gender equality. Unless and until we have gender equality, then what will happen if we don't have it? There's no sustainable tomorrow, and we are going to die. Die not in the literal sense, but in metaphorical sense. Had there been a sister of Putin who had ruled Russia, things might have been different. Try to understand, because it is said that women are more sensitive, and women who want to remain women, who want to remain feminine. I'm talking this very consciously, because women also become masculine and they crush everything. So that is also possible. A ruler can be like that also. But a woman who believes in herself, who believes in her feminine qualities, yes, she can do it. She can change the world. So maybe there could have been a different picture of the whole world. But see what we are watching every day, what is happening in Ukraine, what Putin is doing, what Zelensky is doing, how our Prime Minister is talking about the whole thing. You can understand and try to read between the lines. Is there any concern for a girl child? Is there any concern for a woman? Is there any concern for the medical facilities for women that India provides? What are we celebrating? Ask these questions to yourselves. Are we celebrating the skyscrapers, or are we celebrating medical facilities made available for the girls? The choice is ours. What do we celebrate? And that's why we need to celebrate a Women's Day. And every day has to be made our day. It has to be made a Women's Day. And for this, our perception has to change, because gender equality, biologically, there's no equality, but it is a perception of ours and the perception of the society and the nation and this globe, that yes, we exist, and we exist not as a woman or a man, but we exist as human beings and as individuals. Then it will be a sustainable tomorrow if we perceive, if we change our perception, and perception changes when your mindset changes. If your mindset believes in certain myths or prejudices, then you're not going to change. Your perception remains the same. So men will be men. Mothers say this. Many mothers say men will be men. Then girls will be girls. Yes. Women will be women. Yes. We can also do that. But we don't want to have this competition. We want to replace the competition with cooperation. We want to have peace and happiness. And that's why we look forward to the sustainable tomorrow through these celebrations of Women's Day. And for us, there are role models like Tarapur ma'am, who even at the age of 85 work for the, we can say, muted or the segregated or the cornered or these neglected sections of the society. And women are one of them. We are the neglected section of the society. So we can take up some mission in your life. You can have some mission, and everybody should have a project in life. The project not which is for 100 marks or 50 marks or 200 marks. It's a project of your life. What do I want to do in my life? Going beyond my career. That must be taught. And ma'am has spoken about it in a very thorough manner, that we owe to the society, and we have to go beyond our education, beyond our institutions, and cater to the needs of the society. Then the change will come. And you, the girls of home science, as ma'am rightly observed, the syllabus is prepared in such a manner that it deals with the overall development of a human being, which no other course has. And you are at a very great position of a great advantage, I would say, that you have learned that. And so we can be more sensitive and more sensible than other students. And because we are women, because we are, as they say, born with certain hormones and certain hormonal changes and all, we are different. Let us make the most of our being a woman, of women power. And I wish you again, all of you, a very great and happy Women's Day. And I thank the organizers, Lalita madam, Preeti madam, Anuja madam, Akanksha, everybody who, Karnika and Nalini is going to express vote of thanks. So I thank everybody, and special thanks to Manisha madam, who got madam here. So thank you everybody. And I thank Gande Kaka also, who arranged for his car and he went there to get ma'am here. And I also thank the non-teaching staff who made the other thing possible. That is your relaxation. We need to relax. When we relax, we become creative. When we relax, we become imaginative. And that is needed. Ratan Tata once said that uh, first 10 students from IIM, they came, Gujarat, they came to him for interview. He said none of them was worthy of being admitted in our institution because nobody was creative and we want creative people. So creativity will be great. It will be valued in future. So think beyond box, ask questions, learn to think critically. If you learn that, then yes, sky's the limit for you, my girls. And that's why relax there. It's a multi-purpose thing. You can just sit there, just meditate, just be calm for some time, chat with your friends, write something if you want to complete your submission, complete them before the deadline, follow the discipline. So all the provision has been made. So enjoy yourself. The college is yours, and we have been trying to have all the student-centric activities and develop the college from your point of view so that you are happy because you are the center, you are the apple of our eye. So you are the center of this college. So always be happy, be great women, and after 10 or 15 years, come to see us and tell us that, yes, ma'am, we did this. Okay, so all the best for all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Principal Dr. Patkari Madam, for making students aware that half the sky is ours. And also thank you, Patkari Madam, for making so many provisions. And today it is the top of the train that students will be have relaxed station. Thank you. Now I invite Nalini Madam to propose vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all of you all. I would like to start with my quote from Fred David Van Hamburg. Gratitude is a currency that we can mint for ourselves and spend without fear of bankruptcy. So here it gives me an immense honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks to our chief guest for today, Founder Principal Ma'am Tarakar Ma'am. Your continuous hardworking efforts towards empowerment of women and the society is highly commendable. Your inspiring words on the backwater girls' education, going towards the education, has really enlightened us, the younger generation, for our future ventures. Our students and all of us seated here will surely agree with me that we are all motivated and encouraged by your words today towards giving back to the society. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to express my hearty thanks to our principal ma'am, Dr. Muktaja Vikas Matri ma'am, for always being a visionary in guiding us with her leadership qualities. Ma'am, your inspirational thoughts on today's theme also have triggered a unique identity in each one of us. This program on celebration of your International Women's Day with the theme of gender equality today for sustainable tomorrow wouldn't be a success without your efforts. Thank you once again, one and all present on this auspicious day, and happy Women's Day to all.
आता आपण कार्यक्रमाचा तिसरा भाग याच्याकडे वाटचाल करत आहोत. तर मी पृथ्वी जोशी मॅडमला विनंती करते की त्यांनी पुढील कार्यक्रमाचे सूत्रार्थी
ब्रेक घेतोय ब्रेक
Journey through her life, her struggle, her achievements, and her contributions, her liberty and her rights as well. It is to celebrate womanhood. Every year, United Nations declares theme for International Women's Day, and this year's theme is Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. So our college have arranged a program of reading prose and poems on the same theme on the occasion of International Women's Day. Now I request the first participant, that is Anuja Bhise, to present her prose or poem.
Good afternoon to one and all. Today I'm here to share a few words about the given theme, Gender Equality Today for Sustainable Tomorrow. It is estimated that women perform 2/3 of the world's work, yet they only earn 1/10 of the income and own less than 1% of the world's property. Only 17% of the world's elected government leaders are women. Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the UN, once said that gender equality is more than a goal in itself. It is a precondition for meeting the challenge of reducing poverty, promoting sustainable development, and building good governance. Well, if we look at the Ardhanareshwar incarnation of Lord Shiva, we find that it is a fusion of half male and half female. It symbolizes the quintessential balance between male and female energies in the universe. Both the forces are inseparable and complementary to each other, which suggests that they must work together to maintain the equilibrium. It means that in order to make this world function well, both the genders must work as a team, as both of them play an indispensable role in the universe and are equally powerful. But today, despite women's significant contribution to economic, social development, they are disproportionately impacted by poverty. While their efforts are undermined due to cultural norms and systemic barriers, it limits their full participation in leadership and key decision making processes, including the decisions that affect them primarily. You must be aware that the sustainable development cannot be achieved without gender equality. It depends on an equitable distribution of resources for today and tomorrow. Women's empowerment is a key factor for achieving sustainable economic growth, social development, and environmental sustainability. On this occasion of Women's Day, I plead on the women out there that don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. Keep fighting for your dreams, be independent, because self-reliance is the only way of life. Thank you.
Thank you, Anusha. The second participant is Siddhi Zabar.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, happy Women's Day to all the beautiful and charming women here. Considered the most beautiful of God's creation and yet the most powerful in their own kind. Women are directly responsible for bringing life to this world, and with being entitled to such a great responsibility, one can only imagine the exalted status granted to this class of human beings. A woman is often criticized for being the weaker gender, and the society considers them as sensitive individuals that cannot take much. However, nothing can be further from the truth, as women are strong in their own way. For instance, how many of us pause to consider the pain encountered by a mother during childbirth or the sufferings in those daunting 9 months of pregnancy? Indeed, there is simply no equivalent to a mother's love, and those who understand this know it doesn't break a bone. To honor our mothers, wives, and daughters whenever we get the chance. For all those looking out to make the women in their life feel special, Women's Day poems are a great way to express your gratitude. Poems written for the special occasion have some exceptionally amazing arts and literature combined together to produce words that are worth being read. Women's Day poems offer us the shortest distance to the hearts of our most cherished women. So here is the wonderful poem for our women. It is impossible. It is impossible to lead a life without you. Impossible to dream so big. You give a reason so to stay in life. You are an inspiration and strength. To achieve what is in your heart, know that you play a special part. Things may not be the same when you know that it's all life. Oh, women, know that you are great. There is no one like you.
Those who want to discuss among them, they can go outside and discuss and then come once your discussion is over.
You are and will remain so true, so giving and so loving too. So kudos to you for being a woman with substance. Happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Siddhi, for making us feel special. The third one is Yashashri Gaikwad from second year.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, we all are here for celebrating Women's Day. I am Yashashri Gaikwad here from SYBSC of HT department. Would like to speak some words on this occasion. As we all know, every year International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th across the world. It's a day where everyone should appreciate love and respect towards women. A woman is said to be a beautiful creation of God. It is a fact that all the great personalities are born from the woman's womb, and they have taken initial teachings from women. And that is why people give due respect to women in this their livings. This is the day when women are recognized and celebrated for playing a vital role in different spirits of life. Women have played a very beautiful role in everyone's life. They contribute massively to the lives of their family members and country. Thank you.
Next is Siddhi Bhalekar from second year.
नमस्कार. आदरणीय मटकरी मॅम आणि माझ्या सर्व गुरुजन वर्ग आणि माझ्या मैत्रिणींना जागतिक महिला दिनाच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. आज स्त्रियांना समाजात प्रत्येक क्षेत्रामध्ये मोठं स्थान आहे आणि त्यांनी ते त्यांच्या कर्तृत्वाने मिळवलेले आहे. आपल्या धार्मिक ग्रंथांमध्ये लिहिलेले आहे की ज्या ठिकाणी महिलेचा सन्मान होतो तेथे देवतेचा वास करतात. तसे पाहता स्त्रियांना संपूर्ण जगात सन्मानाच्या दृष्टीने पाहिले जाते. पण भारतीय संस्कृतीत स्त्रियांचे विशेष स्थान आहे. परंतु अजूनही भारतीय समाजात दोन प्रकारच्या स्त्रिया आहेत. त्यात एकीकडे दबावलेली, अशिक्षित, मागे राहिलेली स्त्री आहे, तर दुसरीकडे प्रगतीपथावरती पुढे जाणारी महिला आहे. बऱ्याच बाबींमध्ये तर पुरुषांपेक्षाही महिला अग्रेसर आहेत. घरातील चुलीमधून बाहेर येऊन व्यवसाय, साहित्य, प्रशासन, पोलीस, सैन्य विभाग, खेळ इत्यादी क्षेत्रांमध्ये महिलांनी यश मिळवले आहे. जगातील बऱ्याच देशांमध्ये राष्ट्राध्यक्ष महिला आहेत. आणि या सर्व कामगिरी मागे त्यांचा संघर्ष सुद्धा असतो. आणि इतकं सोपं नसतं एक स्त्री म्हणून जगणं या जगात, या समाजात आणि एका घरात सुद्धा. तिचं स्वतःचं घर असतं तरी कोणतं? स्वतःचं म्हणायला गेलं तर त्या कुटुंबाच्याच विरोधात जाऊन, समाजाला डोळ्याआड करून, स्वतःची बंधनं तोडून आधी अस्तित्व शोधावं लागतं. मग पावलोपावली वार झेलत पुढे जाऊन अस्तित्व निर्माण करावं लागतं. पण प्रवास तिथेच थांबत नाही. ते अस्तित्व टिकून ठेवायला तिला झगडावं लागतं, कधी बाई म्हणून, कधी आई म्हणून, आणि मरेपर्यंत ती युद्ध करत राहते. हे कशासाठी? स्वतःच्या सुखासाठी की दुसऱ्याच्या पोटासाठी? थँक्यू.
Next participant is Shriyali Shinde from second year.
So good afternoon everyone. Today I am here just to speak few poems on the Women Day. फूल जैसी कोमल नारी, कांटों जितनी कठोर नारी, अपनों की हिफाजत में सबसे अव्वल नारी, दुखों को दूर कर खुशियों को समझे नारी, फिर लोग क्यों कहते तेरा अस्तित्व क्या नारी। जब अपने छोटे छोटे ख्वाहिशों को जीने लगती नारी, दुनिया दिखाती है उसे उसके दायरे सारी। अपने धर्म में बंधे नारी, अपने कर्म में बंधे नारी, अपनों को ही खुशी में अपनों की खुशी के लिए खुद के सपने करती कुर्बान नारी। जब भी सब्र का बांध टूटे तो सब पर भारी नारी, फूल जैसी कोमल नारी, कांटों जितनी कठोर नारी। आया समय उठो तुम नारी, योग निर्माण तुम्हें करना है। आजादी की खुदी नींव में तुम्हें प्रगति पत्थर भरना है। अपने को कमजोर न समझो, जननी हो संपूर्ण जगत की गौरव हो। अपने संस्कृति की आहट को स्वर्णिम आगात की तुम्हें नया इतिहास देश का अपने कर्मों से रचना है। हजारों फूल चाहिए एक माला बनाने के लिए, हजारों फूल चाहिए एक माला बनाने के लिए, हजारों दीपक चाहिए एक आरती सजाने के लिए, हजारों बूंद चाहिए समुद्र बनाने के लिए, पर एक स्त्री अकेली ही काफी है घर को स्वर्ग बनाने के लिए। अजून एक पाठ राहिलाय। हाँ मैं नारी हूँ, दिल में बस जाए वो मोहब्बत हो, कभी बहन कभी ममता की मूरत हो। मेरे आंचल में है 100 चांद सितारे, माँ के कदमों में बसी एक जन्नत हो। हर दर्द और गम को छुपा लिया सीने में, लब पे ना आए कभी वो हसरत हो। मेरे होने से ही है ये कायनात जवान, जिंदगी की बेहद हंसी हकीकत हो। हर रूप रंग में ढलकर सवर जाऊं, सब्र की मिसाल हर रिश्ते की ताकत हो। अपने हौसलों से तकदीर को बदल दो, सुन ले ये दुनिया, हाँ मैं औरत हूँ, हाँ मैं नारी हूँ।
Next is Aditi Mandavkar, S.Y.N.D.
Good afternoon, one and all present over here. Myself Aditi. First of all, happy Women's Day to one and all present over here. 8th March. Is this the only day when we should respect women? Well, according to me, no. Every day is our day. What are the general cliches about women? She talks a lot. She is disgusting. She can't work. She can't work as compared to men. She can't go here. She can't go there, and many more. But is she really like this? Is she so easy to respect? A big no. Woman is said to be a beautiful creation of God. Of course, it's a fact that all the great personalities are born from the woman's womb. Earlier, woman was not even respected and only told to sit at home and take care of the family. But the modern woman has changed herself. They are now standing next to the men and handling n number of responsibilities. But it is said even today, woman is one step behind men. Do you know really why like this? Because if man fails, she is the only one who can bring him back. Yes, the journey of woman from being a baby girl to grandmother, it's just a mesmerizing to watch, as it is a journey she plays n number of roles. It may be inside her house or outside, but at last she forgets to play her own role. An educated woman will have the power to make her dreams to come true. Only an educated woman can earn her own living and free in the true sense. With her education, not only she will be benefited, she will spread the light of education all around her. Thank you.
Next is Aishwarya Mirashi from SNDT.
नमस्कार, माझं नाव ऐश्वर्या मिराशी आणि मी आज तुमच्या समोर एक कविता सादर करणार आहे. कवितेचं शीर्षक आहे एक नारी रहेगी हमेशा सबके भारी. ही कविता मी लिहिलेली आहे. बेटी, बहन, बहू और माँ ये है मेरे किस्से. जिंदगी के रंगभूमि पे उम्र और पोशाक बदल के चलाती हूँ मैं अपना घर. सबसे पहले हूँ मैं एक स्त्री और है मेरे भी कई ख्वाब. मैं कभी बतलाती नहीं पर मुझे भी देना आता हर सवालों का जवाब. लोग हर बार कहे तू नहीं है ड्रीम गर्ल ना ही किसी की रेखा. लोग हर बार कहे तू नहीं है ड्रीम गर्ल ना ही किसी की रेखा. पर कान खोल के सुन लो दुनिया वालों, अपनी अलग पहचान बनाने के लिए मैंने भी मुश्किलों से लड़ना है सीखा. हर हालातों पे मैं मात कर जाऊं, हर हालातों पे मात मैं कर जाऊं. दूसरों की नजर में मुझे कुछ नहीं बनना, पर हाँ बस एक इच्छा है माँ बापू का सीना गर्व से ऊंचा मैं कर. बस इतनी सी है मेरी इच्छा और यही है मेरे सपने. बस इतनी सी है मेरी इच्छा और यही है मेरे सपने. कभी टूटे ना मेरा ये ख्वाब और साथ रहे हमेशा मेरे अपने. शायद भूल गई थी कि सबसे पहले हूं मैं एक नारी. फिर सोचती रह गई, सब किरदार निभा के बिता दी मैंने अपनी जिंदगी सारी. कुछ भी कह लो, हिम्मत तो बहुत है मुझे, क्योंकि यही एक नारी रहेगी हमेशा सब पे भारी. यही एक नारी रहेगी हमेशा सब पे भारी.
Next is Vaishnavi Tainwar from NFP1.
सर्वांना जागतिक महिला दिनाच्या खूप खूप शुभेच्छा. माझं नाव वैष्णवी संजय डेंकर आहे आणि माझ्या कवितेचं शीर्षक आहे एक स्त्री तू. मायेचा पदर तू, संकट समयीचा धीर तू, प्रेमाचं भांडण तू, आशेचा किरण. आयुष्याच्या प्रवासात वसंत रूपी सोबत तू, डोहाळे जेवणातील गोड अशी बर्फी तू, बाबांच्या तळ हातावरचा फोड तू, कन्यादानाचे सौभाग्य देणारी नंदिनी तू, तारावरचं समाधानाचं तोरण तू, घराची मान उंच करणारी माझी लाडाची लेक. लगोऱ्यांचा डाव तू, लाड पुरवणारा खजिना तू, न तुटणारा श्वास तू, खळखळणारे हसू तू, धागा मोत्यात विणणारी घट्ट अशी राखी तू, माझी ताई. आनंदाचे विस्तृत आकाश तू, मजेशीर प्रवासाची आठवण तू, संकट काळीचा खंबीर आधार तू, मैत्रीच्या वटवृक्षाची खोलवर रुतलेली मुळे तू, अतुल बंधनातील प्रिय अशी सखी तू, अंगणातील पवित्र तुळस तू, देव्हाऱ्यातील प्रकट दिवा तू, प्रेमाचा अथांग सागर तू, न बोलता सगळं काही समजणारी अर्धांगी तू, पूर्णत्वाची जाणीव करून देणारी प्रेमळ अशी एक पत्नी. देवत्वाचा अंश तू, जीवनाचा निष्कर्ष तू, प्रोत्साहन रूपी पाठीवरची थाप तू, प्रकाशासाठी झुरणारी वाट तू, प्रत्येक चूक पोटात घालणारी माझी आई. कवितेतील अहिल्या तू, अंतराळावर पोहोचलेली कल्पना तू, अनाथांची माई तू, माझ्या शिक्षणातील मदतीचा हात दिलेली लीला तू, प्रेमाची परिभाषा तू, नभातील उत्तुंग भरारी तू, आयुष्य रूपी प्रवासात लाभलेली अनमोल अशी एक भेट तू, एक स्त्री.
Next is Srushti Malap from NFP 1.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Srishti Malak, and I'll be reciting a small song. It was sung by Asha Bhosle in movie Aakhir Kaun. कोमल है कमजोर नहीं तू शक्ति का नाम ही नारी है जग को जीवन देने वाली मौत भी तुझसे हारी है कोमल है कमजोर नहीं तू शक्ति का नाम ही नारी है जग को जीवन देने वाली मौत भी तुझसे हारी है सतियों के नामों पे तुझे जलाया मीरा के नामों पे जहर पिलाया सीता जैसी अग्नि परीक्षा अब तक जग में जारी है कोमल है कमजोर नहीं तू शक्ति का नाम ही नारी है इल्म हुनर में दिल दिमाग में किसी बात में कम तो नहीं सारे पुरुषों वाले सारे अधिकारों की तू अधिकारी है कोमल है कमजोर नहीं तू शक्ति का नाम ही नारी है जग को जीवन देने वाली मौत भी तुझसे हारी है बहुत हो चुका अब मत सहना तुम्हें इतिहास बदलना है नारी को कोई कह ना पाए अबला है बेचारी है कोमल है कमजोर नहीं तू शक्ति का नाम ही नारी है जग को जीवन देने वाली मौत भी तुझसे हारी है
Next is Rashmi Zadhav from NFP 1.
Good afternoon, respected principal ma'am, my teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, on the occasion of International Women's Day, I like to present one small poem written by Upasna Pathak. मैं खुद में पूरी जननी हूँ जीवन ही में जज्बातों में मेरा जोर नहीं सशक्त हूँ साकार भी हूँ मैं नारी हूँ कमजोर नहीं दर्पण हूँ व अक्स भी मैं झुका सके मुझे वो शख्स नहीं स्वाभिमानी हूँ आत्मनिर्भर भी मैं टूट के बिखरू अब वो वक्त नहीं नहीं समझना आधी अधूरी नहीं अधूरी मैं खुद में पूरी साथ चलना हो तो हाथ बढ़ाना पीछे हटना मुझे मंजूर नहीं थैंक यू
Next is Sejal Gire from SNDT 1.
Good afternoon, everyone. On the occasion of International Women's Day, I would like to say a poem written by myself, Sejal Gire. She is a goddess. She always smiles. She is elite, a bit skeptical and cynical. They call her the woman of the Lord. She is the once and forever will be the God. She is the myth. She is a mystery. She will be the future, but she is not history. A hurricane of a chaos in his order. She is the most beautiful creature of this big power. She is the beginning. She is the end. She is a fashion. She is a hype. She is a trend. The one and only scared reason. She is your mission. She is the vision. She is everyone's sin. She is karma. She is the villain. She is your armor. The mother of all living creatures. She is a death after life and redemption. And she is none other, a proud woman. I would like to say one minute. जलस्त्री आई म्हणून कळली तो जिजाऊचा शिवबा झाला जलस्त्री बहीण म्हणून कळली तो मुक्ताईचा ज्ञानोबा झाला जलस्त्री मैत्रीण म्हणून कळली तो राधेचा श्याम झाला जलस्त्री पत्नी म्हणून कळली तो सीतेचा राम झाला
Next is Parveen Sheikh from First Year.
Good afternoon, one and all. Myself, Parveen Sheikh. I'm going to talk about women's empowerment and financially independence. Women is a beautiful being in this living world. I think so that because my mom and my best friend is a woman and they both are very special for me. Why we are always talking about women's empowerment? Why there is not a men's empowerment? Do you really think about it? Why we need this empowerment? This all things are start from our previous centuries because rules and regulations is made by a primitive peoples. Primitive peoples. primitive peoples only for a woman. If a boy born in a family, then it's good. But if a girl born in a family, it's okay. Why it's okay? It's not be a good, because our mindset up all things. If a girl grow up, then we have nothing get from him. Only we can do investment. But if a boy, then we have to give him for 50%. He give us 100%. This is mentality of our society of things. This reason because women can't educate, can't dream, can't do what they want to do. That's why empowerment come in to give them women their rights. Because this only comes for the boys and girls are individual. We can't compare it. They both having an individual like rights to live their lives. This small partialities make a big mess. Like example, small drop of water one day convert into sea. Little amount of lava become a volcano. Like a small positivity make a woman empowerment. To protect a woman, to give them rights, to make them independent financially, mentally, physically. Because if are you mentally and physically independent, you must be one day financially independent, a successful woman. Because the world walking with the independent, successful person. If you become a financially independent or successful, your family, your colleagues, your society are going to give you respect which you deserve. A part of all the things, your family, your friends, your colleague, your society, yourself is going to respect you, because you can tell yourself, I'm not that woman who can tolerate all the things and die one day. I'm that woman who can face all bad situations and become a successful, independent woman, which I deserve from my birth. Not about it's not about the gender. It's about having the individual living being personality, to realize the women, they are how much special. Many countries are opening the women's empowerment and make independent, to give them their rights to educate, to so many work for the women. Women are not educated, to give them a work to make them financially independent. And we have to support them, because we are not just a woman. We are human beings which know what is right and what is wrong. Being a human being, there is a lot of responsibility, which is right or wrong for our society to improve it better in better way. It's why many countries are forcing on. That's why many countries are forcing to women empowerment, and we have to support them, because it is the symbol of good human being.
That's great.
Next is Anushka Sahasrabuddhe.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anushka Sahasrabuddhe from S.N.D.T batch. On the occasion of Women's Day, I've composed a poem which expresses my thoughts about what a woman is. She is someone who overcomes all obstacles. She breaks free from the shackles. She has a multifaceted personality. She is the one with grace and vitality. She carves a niche for herself. She is not afraid to express her own true self. Being educated and independent is her goal. She has a free, bold, and fierce soul. An embodiment of love, nurture, and care. She is like a diamond rare. On this Women's Day, let us all celebrate the positives which constitute our existence and aspire to be better versions of ourselves. Thank you.
Last participant for today's program is Divya Lunia.
Anybody from the teachers?
नमस्कार. सर्वप्रथम आपल्या सर्वांना जागतिक महिला दिनाच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. जस्ट एक छोटासा संवाद सादर करणार आहे. मी महिलांचं कर्तृत्व नाही तर ती कशी रोजच्या जीवनात काही न करता सर्वस्व करून जाते ते सांगणार आहे. काल रात्री व्हॉट्सअप फेसबुकवर फार नोटिफिकेशन होते जस्ट चेक करून बघितल्या तर उद्या महिला दिन त्याबद्दल खूप स्लोगन्स वगैरे येत होते. सहज बायकोला विचारलं उद्या महिला दिन काय आहे हवंय तुला महिला दिनासाठी? ती म्हणाली काही नाही, फक्त मला आता काहीतरी करिअर करायचं, मुलं देखील मोठी झालेत, मला माझा टाइम भेटतो, मला घराच्या बाहेर जाऊन माझं काहीतरी स्वतःच सुरू करायचं. तो म्हटला कशाला, 2 मुलींचं मागितलं मला मुलगा दिला, तेच काहीतरी तुझं कर्तृत्व झालं. ती म्हणाली का? तुम्ही म्हणाला हेच तुझं आयुष्य, अजून काय करायचंय तुला, काय केलेस तर काय आजपर्यंत? तिने फार सुंदर शब्दात तिचं मत सांगितलं. माझं गळ्यात मंगळसूत्र तुझ्या नावाचं, मागे कुंकू देखील तुझ्या नावाचंच घालतो, पायात पैंजण देखील तुझ्याच नावाचे आवाज करतात, जोडवे देखील तुझ्यासाठीच घालतो. 9 महिने पोटात मुलगा बाळ देखील मी वाढवते, नाव त्याला जन्माला आल्यावर म्हटलं तुझंच असतं, घर सांभाळते सगळं स्वतः मी, बट कर्तृत्व त्यामागे फक्त तुझंच लोक सांग. जेव्हा तू मला कसं जगायचंय ह्याची परमिशन तुझ्याकडे नाही मागावी लागणार, कुणाला उम्र घराचं ओलांडताना विचारावं नाही लागणार, त्या दिवशी तुम्हाला खरं होऊन असते निष्कळ. रात्री झोपताना गोष्ट सांगायला आजी असावी लागते, मायेने घास भरवायला आई असावी लागते, प्रेमाने जवळ घ्यायला मावशी असावी लागते, आपली हट्ट पुरवायला आत्या असावी लागते, आपले सगळे सिक्रेट शेअर करण्यासाठी एक बहीण असावी लागते. हे सगळं अनुभवण्यासाठी घरात एक मुलगी जन्माला येऊ द्यावी लागते. धन्यवाद.
मेरा वाचायची का कविता? ही मराठी कविता आहे. आय होप यू विल अंडरस्टँड. कवितेचं नाव आहे ऍक्च्युली वडिलांचं मुलीस पत्र, पण कवित्रीचं नाव आहे संजीवनी गोखले. म्हणजे बघा कवित्रीने वडिलांना काय वाटतं हे मुलीबद्दल लिहिलेलं आहे. प्रिय मुली, सगळ्या घरांना दारं असतात, पण सगळीच नसतात मायेची कोठारी. हे शिकशीलच तू कधी ना कधी. मात्र हेही लक्षात ठेव की प्रत्येक उन्हात असते एक तरी शीतल सावली, आणि प्रत्येक काट्यावर एखादं कोमल फूल. जीव घेण्या दऱ्या असतात, तसेच असतात झुलते फूल. दुष्ट माणसाच्या मनातही असते खोल काढलेले कोवळे मूल. मला माहित आहे सगळ्या गोष्टी शिकवल्यात तुला तुझ्या आईने, तरीही जमेल तसं शिकत राहा दुनियेच्या शाळेत. व्यवहाराच्या आडव्या उभ्या धाग्यांबरोबर गुंफत राहा मायेची वीण, आणि वाटून घेऊ नकोस पाणी पाजण्याचा वृथाशील. मग शिकशील की मायेनं मिळवलेला एक माणूस एका दागिन्याहूनही मोलाचं असतं. वेळेला धावून आलेल्या मित्राचं मोल पृथ्वीच्या तोलाचं असतं. शिकावंच तू दुसऱ्यासाठी झिजणं, पण त्यासाठी नसतं विसरायचं स्वतःचं पूर्ण. ध्यानात ठेव, फुलणं प्रत्येक फुलाचा अधिकार आहे, आणि फुलवणं प्रत्येक मातीचं कर्तव्य. फूल होऊन जगताना मात्र माती बनायला विसरू नकोस.
can see that everybody is emotional. Yeah. So
thank you everyone for participating in this program. Indeed,
I want to read a poem. I want to read a poem.
You want to read.
How can you forget that I'm
My dear girls, you really read very nice poems and paragraphs. I'm very happy that my girls, they can touch upon various issues of life, and they are sensitive and sensible. And we have representative teacher also. All of us read a lot, and all of us love literature. Literature is certainly the mirror to the society, and it's a part of our lives. No, it's a process of purgation that we have, and that's why Prithvi was touched. No, it goes directly deep into your heart. No? There's one poem. The poet is Imtiaz Dharkar, and the title of the poem is Parda. Parda, hijab. Parda. One day, they said, she was old enough to learn some shame. One day, they said, she was old enough to learn some shame. She found it came quite naturally. She found it came quite naturally. Parda is a kind of safety. Parda is a kind of safety. The body finds a place to hide. The cloth fans out against the skin, much like the earth that falls on coffins after they put dead men in. People she has known stand up, sit down as they have always done, but they make different angles. In the light, their eyes aslant, a little sly. She half remembers things from someone else's life, perhaps from yours or mine, carefully carrying what we do not own between the thighs, a sense of sin. We sit still, letting the cloth grow a little closer to our skin. A light filters inward through our body's walls. Voices speak inside us, echoing in the places we have just left. She stands outside herself, sometimes in all four corners of a room. Whenever she goes, wherever she goes, she is always inching past herself, as if she were a clod of earth, and the roots as well, scratching for a hold between the first and second rib, passing constantly out of her own hands into the corner of someone else's eyes, while the doors keep opening inward and again inward. There's no movement for a woman possible outward because Parda. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your time. A big round of applause for all the participants and clinical ma'am and principal ma'am for sharing their work. Indeed, today's program has set a benchmark for all of us that we need to how we treat ourselves and the women around us. So let's take a pledge today to take care of ourselves and all the women around us, not bring each other down, help each other to grow, and not just in our society, even at our homes. So it's okay for us to take a 5-minute break and give us a me time, but it's also okay for your mother to do that. Remember. Okay, so I thank you again, all the participants, ma'am, for sharing their words, and thank you, ma'am, for giving me an opportunity to speak today. Have a happy Women's Day. Thank you. We have refreshments for all of you. Please avail the.
Be seated here.
Okay.